Hello, Scott Heskin here to talk about the song Mrs. Claus from the Haunted Holidays Deadly Christmas 2 album. This one is one that actually is set apart. I'd forgotten about this when I started these videos, but this is one that is set apart from these two albums because after I finished the first album, I had so much fun and I had an idea for a song and I thought, you know what, even though the album's out, I'll write one more, I'll release it as a demo, and then if I end up recording a second album, or I'll go ahead and throw it on the second album. And I'm really glad I did, because this was, you don't hear much about Mrs. Claus. You just hear that, she's this rosy-cheeked, smiling little person who's always happy, but that's really all I ever hear about her. I have no idea what her deal is. So I thought, well, let's tell her story a little bit. And at first I just thought, okay, maybe she's just someone that's, difficult, or she smiles in public, but she's kind of a menace in the house, making it difficult for Santa. But then I took it much further because, what else am I going to do? I'm not just going to leave it at that. I'm going to take it as far as I can. Basically, she's the reason that Christmas happens in 24 hours, and there are some very horrid consequences for Santa if that's not met. It really stemmed more, in the story it develops kind of naturally. I mean, at first she's all supportive and everything, but the more that Santa gets lazy, he doesn't really do anything throughout the year. He's like, you know what, I worked so hard on this one day and I'm tired, so I'm just going to take the rest of the year off. She gets really tired of that. And then, at some point, it's kind of like, anybody who's tired of being used or abused and they start fighting back, she starts taking some very heavy action just in a moment of stress. And I thought it was an interesting story to tell because I really I can't really think of anything that I've heard about her lore, her story, what her deal is, any of it. So I thought it was a fun story to tell. And I had put the demo out there, and people seemed to like it. And that was actually what was part of the reason that I did a second album, was the fact that people enjoyed the first one, but they also enjoyed this demo. And I redid some parts of the music, but most of the song is the way that it was done originally, and just a much better voiceover on the second time, because I kind of rushed through it knowing that it was just going to be a demo, and just wanted to get the idea down. But I refined it a little bit for the album and re-recorded it, and I'm much happier with it now. But it's a fun story. It's got some fun musical stings in there, which I liked, and the flow of it, I think, really, really worked. So that is the story of Mrs. Claus.